Hey, true believers, it's ENGLENTINE here with a review of Avengers #1. Yes, one of many, I am sure. So, how can I make this one different? I can do it like Elmer Fudd. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I read this book, and it was good. But, yeah, there's always a big-ass but. This scene right here just completely undermines the Marvel Universe, and it tells us exactly why the Marvel Universe is not in good hands and hasn't been in a long time. What we're learning here is every position, every hero that's mattered is a mantle. It does not matter who's in the suit. It just matters the name and the costume. That's all. And that's been a problem, because if anybody can be special, then nobody is. Why is Steve Rogers special as Captain America if you can easily put Sam Wilson into it? And remember, there was a scene where everybody was looking up at him going, oh, it's so inspirational. No. And this whole 1 billion BC thing, it just fills it. Now, granted, there are some there. It's Agamotto and it's an Iron Fist, and those have always been just passed down. But they even say mantle, 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 mantle. So, I don't know. I'm just not into that particular thing. Granted, I did not hate this gathering. It just, what it represented didn't work for me. Once again, I'm going to have to remind you, I did like the book, because as much as I enjoyed it, there's so much that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and that's what I'm talking about here. After this scene, we cut to a scene with Tony Stark, Thor, and Steve Rogers. And basically, they're just talking about getting the Avengers together. And Tony Stark is saying, well, we're not special. We're not special. There's people who can do our thing. We're not special. Why should we be the Avengers? And Steven Rogers going, wait a second, maybe some old style what we did is necessary these days. And Tony Stark is saying, well, we shouldn't be put on any kind of pedestal. Why are we the ones that people are looking at too? And, you know, Captain America is basically it works, especially if you look at it like Marvel Comics is Tony Stark and the readers are Steve Rogers trying to tell him, look, you know what? We are the ones that inspire people. We are the ones who step up. You know, Thor is Thor and worthy. Stop calling him unworthy. Tony Stark is Iron Man. And there's something special to being that. Captain America is Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers is Captain America. No matter who you think you're going to put into the suit, Steve Rogers is Captain America. And that's the way it should be. So if you look at this scene right here, as a conversation between Marvel and the readers, it truly takes on different layers, and it just goes a little bit deeper than, I don't know, maybe Jason Aaron did think that this is what he was doing, but I think, maybe not, but this is what it takes on. It goes a little bit deeper than what I think the book fully intended it to be. Oh, by the way, thank you very much for naming the bar after me, Jason Aarons. Yes, I'm going to take it. I know your last name is Aarons, but my first name is, so you, okay? I'm taking that bar. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of cool. Aarons. All right. Anyway, yeah, okay, ENGLENTINE, that's my first name, but that's been outed a long time ago. Anyway, character-wise, I have to admit, this was my favorite part of the book, where the three of them are just talking about getting the Avengers back together. The scene between Doctor Strange and Black Panther really just seemed to be an exposition dump. This is what's going on with our characters. This is what happened before. It's an exploration, but it's not really an explanation, and it kind of falls flat. I did, however, enjoy him saying, the pressures, if not for my magic, would crush me, and so why is it not crushing you? Oh yeah, because you're Black Panther. Kind of a little Batman comparison right there. Ghost Rider's in it to be mopey. That's his job on this. Towards the end, something happens that tells you something will happen in the next issue, but nothing here except for him explaining, I am the Ghost Rider, and I am mopey because of this. That was basically the whole point of this series, or of this scene, I should say. So it's not exactly thrilling, It's just showing that he's in the book. But that's not as bad as the She-Hulk scene, which is exactly 1 page long, and I'm sure it's just there to show her, or to justify her being on the cover. And it also shows that we're getting the same old She-Hulk that rages out like regular Hulk, rather than the Jennifer Walters that everybody knows and loves. And I have already spent more time on the She-Hulk than this entire book has, so let's go to the next scene, which is my second favorite part of the book, the scene with Carol Danvers and the Celestials. I enjoyed this. I liked this because it was epic, and it made me feel like I was reading an Avengers story. Like Carol Danvers or not, I don't understand. It all comes down to the writer, and here she's written well. I've got to give it to her. And the ending, the cliffhanger, the setup for what's to come was exciting and entertaining. Overall, the book is good. It lacks the pageantry. You know what the movie does well? When you watch the movies, you get the feeling that the Avengers are special. But they even have a debate at the beginning of them, of this book, as to whether the Avengers are special. And that's where I think they're getting the Avengers wrong. That's why I think we end up with Kamala Khan in the Avengers. They just don't think they're special anymore. And I think that's wrong. It's like whenever the Justice League would put together a team, the heroes chosen would know that they were being called up. When Spider-Man was made an Avenger just by having Tony tap him on the shoulder in the movies, it took a pause for him to show a sense of pride. And I don't get that from this book up until the Celestial scene, and it was delivered with Captain Marvel in the forefront. And overall, it helped to save the book, to make me think this is a lot of fun, and I really do want to see what happens next. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you even thinking, you know, I'm not going to buy this? I'm not going to buy it because it's Avengers, it's got Captain Marvel, blah, blah, blah. Or were you like me, where you thought the whole book was a lot better than the sum of its parts? Or, wait, how do you say that? Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts, especially every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Comic Book Thunderdome, putting two geeks against each other to argue the arguments and fight the fights that we have every time we put on a comic book forum or step into a local comic book shop. Tons of fun. Also, this is the way I make a living, so if you don't mind heading on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. Help keep the lights on, help make videos, and get better software and equipment to make better videos. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.